So welcome back to our second part of the program, and we are still with Professor John Lukwata here at the Catholic University of Eastern Africa, Nairobi. And Professor, now we are entering this the second part of our interview, and is the songs. I mean the theme of the singing in mass, and we go straight to the entrance song. For how long should it be sung?
Yeah, there are two things here. There is an antiphon, an entrance antiphon, and then there is an entrance song, which is sometimes different from the antiphon. So one of them can be taken at a time. If there is an entrance song, we do not repeat the antiphon in the missal.
Yeah.
The antiphon in the missal should only be taken when there was no entrance song. If there is an entrance song, we do not take the antiphon.
Regardless
that
if
is the
it has
instruction.
touched
The entrance song, as I've said, may not always reflect the antiphon.
yeah.
Yeah.
But provided it's a song, you have just
It has to be
no
a
need
song.
to repeat the.
We do not repeat. That is the instruction.
But
That was one question. The other was how long.
For how long should we sing it?
The entrance song should begin. It is functional in the sense that it brings the ministers into the sanctuary.
Yeah.
And so as soon as the procession begins, the entrance song should start. And then it should go on until the incensing has been done. If there is no incensing, it should go on until the priest has come to his place of yes, his presidential chair.
So once he has arrived there,
It
cut the song.
It should stop.
Yeah.
And
whether we have sung the chorus or we have ended at the stanza.
Definitely, unless it's a very special song, there must already have been a chorus sung.
Yeah.
And there is no need to sing so many songs, except maybe when there is a very long procession. Otherwise, one song is spiritually recommended, because the words of that song are already beginning to give the spiritual preparation for the congregation, and the congregation buys into it, and so we go with it. We have chosen it for this Mass, and so we go with it.
Wow.
There are many choirs that truncate. They cut as one song, and by the time the priest starts the Mass, they have sung about 3 songs.
So you feel that the priest is ready to start the Mass, but they are proceeding on with the song.
Yeah.
You're saying that is not correct.
Yeah, no, not just prolonging the song, but sometimes they halfway through the procession they start another song.
Right.
When the priest kisses the altar before he goes to the chair, he's also there's a third one. Yeah. So one song should work for entrance, even if it is repeated.
So if we finish the stanza, we repeat the first one.
Yes, we have to stay in the, because we are giving already ourselves some. It's like a prayer. Yeah. We are not going to have so many prayers in one prayer. So the entrance song is like when you say Our Father. You don't combine other prayers into it. You keep that one prayer only.
So my question comes when like we had the graduation here. You feel that the procession is very long.
I have mentioned that those are exceptions. When you have a long procession with 100, 200 priests, that is a different situation. We are speaking of
you can sing at least two.
Yeah, at least 2. Even there, at least 2.
If one is enough, you just repeat it twice.
Yeah.
And then
you see, in liturgy, the more we repeat, the deeper we benefit.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Straight to the baby procession. We find that we sometimes, I mean, in most of the African churches, we have to escort the word of God. You find that the procession, they are dancing with the Bible. is this supposed to be there? And because you find also in some churches, like most of the churches in Tanzania, in my home diocese, Moshi, when they're done, I mean, when the priest has finished the prayer, the first prayer, people just sit down and they listen to the word of God. There's there's no that possession. So how is it? Is it liturgical?
Let me say that every country may have its own arrangement, and some of it is put as a pastoral policy of the country or the diocese. If we are speaking of Kenya, I didn't come with that book. There are guidelines for the celebration of the Mass. It is said that there can be a procession with the Word of God in form of Bible or in form of a lectionary. And that is what we see in most churches. They bring the book in procession. It is provided for in the Kenyan Episcopal Conference. It is allowed that the Bible or the lectionary is brought in procession for it to be read. So I must add that sometimes people carry the Bible, sometimes they carry, there's a difference between the Bible and the lectionary. The lectionary is the liturgical book or books that are arranged for proclamation of the word during the liturgy. The Bible is a book that contains the word of God, but it's not arranged for liturgical celebrations. So for liturgy, we prefer the lectionary because that's the one from which we are going to proclaim.
Okay, so it's allowed that you bring the lectionary in procession.
Yes, and you read from it. When you carry it, don't throw it away. Don't put it under the ambo. Don't take it back to the sacristy. Then you read from another pamphlet. That is a crime.
And also before you forget, the pamphlets that are published by most of the churches, you find that the reading is projected. So I mean, do the congregation have to read as the reader is as the lector is reading, or we should sit down and listen? Which is which?
We should listen to the word of God being proclaimed to us. We don't have to read, and these pamphlets should not be provided with readings. They should have maybe a responsorial psalm and other songs. We should listen to the readings, not that we are reading. If that were the case, everybody should keep quiet and everybody reads. So, and you read ahead of the reader and so forth.
So, and then you find that the reader is making mistakes.
The reader has not ended, but the congregation has already finished, and they are even reading other things. So the best thing is to listen to the word of God. We are seeing today that there are these booklets that people, pamphlets and leaflets that they're circulating.
The
projectors. Those are needed if people are, for example, people may not know the language, and they need sometimes to see and connect. We are not talking of extraordinary congregations. We are talking of ordinary, where people more or less speak the same language. They should listen to the word of God. The compositions that we have today, the congregation is given a chorus, which is a simple one for us to sing. But when you look at it from the point of view of content, we are deprived of also singing the other contents. We remain with just the one phrase of the chorus.
Most of the Christians know
only
the
that,
chorus.
so that composers have been encouraged to compose a song of the Utukufu that is flowing from beginning to end. The same with the creed, rather than just saying Nasadiki, Nasadiki only, that you compose.
Know what you are.
Yes, you composers are being encouraged to compose in a simple way a creed that just goes flowing up to the end,
Glory
which
to
is
God in the highest, and
yes,
another piece in
which
that
is not
order.
easy.
Don't repeat. Yeah, it's not
You
easy.
are not repeating anything.
Yes,
You're just
yes,
going through.
yes.
That would be the ideal, because we are praying. We are
Yeah.
not just for the sake of chorus. The contents of the glory are very, very important.
Yes.
And today you see that even the choirs, the whole thing is about the chorus.
Yeah.
But when you hear, you are take away the sins of the world, have mercy on us.
Yes.
You are seated at the right hand of the Father. All of us should be able to take those things.
So the prayer is hidden in those
in the contents.
stanzas.
And the choir, when you look at the choir members, you look at them next Sunday and you see how they are taking them. Some are laughing at each other, others are doing all sorts of things. They are not even assisting the congregation because they know it, so they take it lightly.
They are not
They
participating.
are not even looking at the conductor. They are just somehow. So it must be taken very, very seriously.
Wow.
And if the congregation doesn't have those verses, as we might call them, the choir should articulate them. Sometimes we even take one cantor to take them so that we can hear them in a very distinct way. Yes.
Wow. And then the other question that has really disturbed people, use of instruments in the church. I mean, how should they be used? Like, especially during the church seasons, that is the Lent, the Christmas period, and the Advent. Especially the Advent and the Lent. We are advised not to sing with the piano, not to hit the drums. I mean, what is the essence of all this? I mean, what is the place of this?
The instruction says during Advent and Lent, we use musical, especially Lent, we use musical instruments with moderation. That means we use them only where it is required and with moderation. We avoid exaggerations of even dancing. We withdraw from excessive use of those instruments. The reason being, we reduce on the joyful aspects. They will come back. Every celebration is joyful, but we suspend it for some time so that when it comes back, we really know it is a feast.
Wow.
It is like if you take, I don't know, you take kuku every day, it loses its meaning. But if you say, let me fast a bit, after 3 days, that will be very special. So if we have liturgical music and people are playing them every day during Lent, it will be, we are in Easter before Easter. So the church says we need them. We need a keyboard. We need some drumming to keep them. So the answer is with moderation.
No, the moderation part is what we don't understand.
Moderation means just play when people are singing. Don't start playing after or before and all that. Yes.
And the beats, you find that the organ of nowadays, the digital one, have internal beats.
Yes.
So some people advise that we should not put the beat. We sing like we are chanting.
It will depend on the song. If the song has syncopation, if the song has rhythm, and you don't know how to keep the rhythm with the choir, the church is not saying don't use instruments. It says use them, but with moderation. That means if the song requires a drum or drumming, or the drums are part of the organ, you apply them, but with moderation, not
so
too loud.
You don't make a lot of noise.
Yeah, not
you
too
don't
loud.
cheer too much.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so
those who are with musical instruments know what it means. Sometimes you are playing with full blasted volume. Sometimes you support the choir with a lot of bass and all that. But then you have what we call even the word moderato exists in music. Sometimes fortissimo. So fortissimo means very, very, very strong, very loud. And then pianissimo. When you are playing and somebody tells you pianissimo. We also use it outside the seasons of Lent. Sometimes when you are singing with the choir, we put expressions. Music goes with expressions. You sing with the full strength, and at times you tell the choir, please quiet quietly, and then you come back
Yes,
again.
yeah.
And I think this rhythm also comes with liturgical seasons. Some liturgical seasons we are in moderato, and that is Lent. So whenever it is necessary, we use them. Where it is not so necessary,
So
we could even leave them out. Like
in a musical language,
yes,
Professor advising that during Lent we sing piano.
no,
Pianism.
not piano. No, not piano. No, we sing as we have to sing. If the song has to be sung with that kind of volume, we have to use that. But you are asking about accompaniment.
Yes.
Accompanying
The drums, the shakers.
Yeah. There are choirs that say, musicians that say, we need to have some accompaniment for us to sing.
Yeah.
There are choirs also that can say, for Lent, we are not going to use any accompaniment. We are able to sing without. And that difference is so beautiful. That when the instruments are not there, the voices are pure. They have nothing but the voices. We go to the Lord, come at Olivio, as we are.
Yes.
We don't go with any accompaniment. Dear Lord, see me as I am, my voice now.
Yeah.
That is also important.
Wow.
So why don't we do the variety? Why don't we leave them out, for example? It would be something good.
We leave the instruments.
Yes, but we should not make it a strict rule. I'm saying that because we are imagining so many situations of our singing. In fact, during Lent, we do have a Sunday called Liturgy Sunday.
Yes, I think it's the
fourth or fifth Sunday of Lent. It's called Liturgy, which means, even you asked me earlier about the tradition of the church. The tradition of the church says we are in Lent, we are fasting. In fact, we are fasting from musical instruments also.
Wow.
That would be the one.
It's a form of fasting.
It's a form of fasting so that when they come back, we rejoice.
Yeah.
But on Liturgy Sunday, the church encourages that we bring them back. See? So even within the tradition of the church, there is a bit of fasting from an instrument and then bringing it back. So maybe we could alternate. We could say first Sunday of Lent we don't have instruments. Second Sunday we bring, but in a moderate way, like that.
The third Sunday again
like that. Yes.
The fourth Sunday is now we sing with
full force. Yes.
And then
comes the
What about Advent? Because Advent has had so many confusion, because they're saying we are awaiting for a king. Why should we sing in sorrow? I mean, when you're expecting, when you're a person's wife is pregnant, and then she is expecting a baby. I mean, should we wait for the baby when we are frowned our faces, when we have, when we are sad, when we are singing without instruments?
That is your interpretation. Advent is a joyful season.
Yes.
We are awaiting the birth. But awaiting is not the birth itself. Awaiting is joyful. Everything I'm doing is preparing me.
Yes.
The preparation is joyful, but we should not confuse the actual event with the preparation of it. The preparation is still joyful, and Advent is a bit different from Lent. Still, Advent requires a little bit of looking into ourselves in terms of spiritual repentance. We just don't receive the Lord who has been born to us without penance and repentance. That's why we are saying we attach joyful. We are not saying we are sad. It's not a sad event. But again, you see the wisdom of the church. During Advent, we don't sing the Gloria also. We are awaiting. Yes, we are awaiting. So and the awaiting has some repentant, penitential dimension to it.
So that
in fact, Isaiah and all the readings of Advent are saying, prepare the way of the Lord.
Yeah.
Repent, actually, and prepare the way for the coming of the Lord. So preparation is joyful, but there is a bit of suspense there.
Yeah.
That's why the church does not sing now the Gloria during that period. And all these other things you are mentioning are part of that spirituality.
So,
of Advent.
in Advent, should we fast the instruments also?
No. The Advent season, we use instruments, but again with moderation. Yes.
Yeah. So, for Advent, we can use instruments.
Both Advent and Lent, we use instruments.
That with moderation.
That is my answer. Yes.
So we should
So Advent and Advent time and Christmas time, we should, humanly speaking, see the difference. And so the church puts suspense the gloria. The church says, when you are using instruments, don't overdo it. Just use them only for the occasion of singing, to accompany it, and don't make it so loud.
So that,
some people might even say, let us even leave it out completely, so that they have pushed it to another extent. We are remaining in the middle.
We make a
we remain in the middle, not completely out, but used with moderation.
Wow. And then some instances of the church, like the funerals. Should we sing Gloria during funerals?
No, we don't.
So
we don't sing Gloria during funerals.
I mean, the funeral and the Lent, do they have something in common?
Not really. They may, but a funeral is also the spiritual dimension of a funeral is asking God's mercy on the deceased, and also on us, a bit of consolation. It has some penitential character, this funeral. So a funeral is a prayer more of mercy, and therefore we use it the way we suspend the Gloria during Lent.
Wow. And also, do you use instruments?
For funerals? Yes.
So we can use the organ.
Yes.
During funerals.
Traditionally, the church has not had Gloria for funerals. We haven't had Gloria. Yeah. Gloria in the Catholic Church is sung on feasts, the so-called feasts of our Lord, and feasts of some very, very special saints, and of course solemnities. So the funeral is not in that category, and therefore we don't sing the Gloria, but other instruments can be played.
Wow.
I mean, other songs and musical instruments can be sung.
What about Good Friday? Do we use this?
And that is also very true on a memorial, when we are having a memorial mass or a commemoration of people who died. Do you remember that on 1st or 2nd of November, we don't sing the Gloria also. So this has been part of our tradition. Again, same mass, but different ways of celebrating it. The wedding has a Gloria because it's a festive, and unless the wedding happens in a time of Lent, but still there could be an exception. Formerly, people are advised to have wedding masses outside these periods.
The Advent and the Lent.
But now, if they have to have a wedding during Advent, they must keep the spirit of Advent.
So,
they can put Gloria, but they should keep the spirit which you have said.
But
not over celebrate. They should celebrate worthily, but remain in the spirit of the season.
Wow.
So the best way of having a wedding is outside Advent or Lent. Because if you have it during Lent, you are going to break the rules of Lent for you to have the wedding. You are forcing yourself into.
You're also going to
so
eat.
We recommend that the weddings are done outside Lent. But should they be required during these times of Advent and Lent, they should have a moderate perspective to them.
And then the last, I mean, we're about to finish up. Is it good to sing the songs that describe an event in church? Like during incense, we find that when the priest is rotating the altar for incense, we sing songs like Sala yangu naipa mbele yako kama moshi wa ubani. Is it good? Also, when the priest is sprinkling people with holy water, we sing song to show that there is an action, an act that is going on. Is it good?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's
So,
okay.
so like, is liturgical to sing the incensing song?
Yes. But it's not a must. It's not a must that when a priest is incensing, we have always to find a song that has something to do with it. If that song is there, it is good. It is good. It is good.
Yeah, because
but it is not the only song that can be sung.
there is a confusion when the offertory has already been brought.
Yes.
And then we have to change the song now. We find that the song of bringing the offertory was different, and then we change the song to the incensing song.
In my view, there is no need to accompany every action with the same words. As I've told you earlier, the song that is sung around when people are bringing gifts, we can have one or two songs. If that song speaks of Ubani, that's fine, and the priest. But even if the song is not, it doesn't sound good to break songs so that we fit in a song of incense. It's like we are, one song after another, one song after another. 5 songs for offertory. It's not good at all. One song for offertory can be okay.
Yes.
One song. And it is repeated and it is repeated until the offertory is over.
Wow.
But as I've said, people have different, they have a song for people putting things in the basket.
Yes.
Then they have a song for some procession.
Procession.
Yeah, but it makes it a bit too much. Offertory would have 2 songs at most. Yeah.
Wow.
But if there is a song for incense and it has been chosen, it can be sung. But it should not be sung as an interruption for a song which has just been started, and we stop it to sing this other one. That one we should not do. So we should not kill the rhythm of the song because now the priest is incensing.
Yes.
No.
I mean, we can join the song.
We can continue. One song has been sung and it has ended, and we start another one. If the incense happens while this one is going on, so be it. Yeah, we don't have to everything to be corresponding. We don't have to. It's not good to kill the song halfway and start another, and then kill it halfway and start another one. It's not good. It's not good. Yeah. If the incense is being used and you think that song has to be sung, then put that one. Have one before it, and then put that one. Yeah. And
So,
don't wait until the priest is.
Only 2 songs are
2
enough
songs would be okay for it. It's a normal Sunday mass.
Yes. Normal Sunday mass.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. The recession.
That means they are sung mpaka mwisho, and then another one just because then you see, once you start a song, you have opened some spiritual chemistry with people.
Wow.
And you don't want, just like when the plane was flying over us, you told me like this.
Yes.
Oh, I am interrupted.
Yeah.
The thread is lost.
Yes.
That's what happened.
The continuity.
When the continuity. Put it even if it's not recorded. Continuity is we interfere with continuity when we kill a song halfway to accommodate an action.
An action.
Yeah.
Wow. The recession song. For how long should it be sung?
The recession begins when the priest kisses that altar. That's when the song begins. So as soon as the priest leaves the door or the church, the song should end. But again, the song should not end in a mechanical way,
Mm.
that the door has been closed and therefore immediately like a switch.
Yeah.
It can continue for a while.
Mhm.
But the important thing would be the priest has left the visible, is no longer in the visible area of the church.
Mhm.
And that's where I have to answer this with a particular example.
Mm.
If the priest has gone through the door, the
Mhm.
entrance door, like
Mhm.
at the shrine,
Mm.
that is already good enough.
Ah.
So then, if we are in the some verse, we continue and we don't add another one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once he has left.
Once he has left, and that would mean practically two verses.
Uh-huh.
That
And then
would mean two verses.
after the final blessings, common prayers. Advice.
They are not prescribed in this book.
Mhm.
We don't say after Mass there will be a common prayer.
Yes.
This has been a goodwill of the people.
Mm.
They feel that we should accompany the whole Eucharistic celebration with some common prayer.
Yeah, like to know kimbilio linzi
The prayers of devotion. Devotional prayers, the church has not pronounced itself. So the Mass has ended and the people have been commissioned, go in peace. That is the official celebration of the Mass. What about prayers? If they are said because of, you see, we have also to respect the tradition of the place. Not every church has these prayers. There's St. Michael to St. Who. Others have the Angelus and all that.
Yeah.
So we leave that to the congregation. It's like the teacher has ended a class and the students say before we go out, can we revise this bit?
Yes, it's not necessary.
It is for our benefit.
Yeah.
Could we stay here for one moment, please? And they are free to do that. So the official part has ended. Where these prayers are said, it is okay, but it is not a requirement.
It is
not
not
a must.
prescribed in the
It is
book.
not prescribed. Once the priest has given the people we call it commission, go and
Proclaim
go in peace. People walk out. But do they walk out? Somebody has personal prayers. Somebody wants a rosary.
Yes.
That's why my answer is not a yes and no. My answer is the official part has ended.
Yeah.
If there is a tradition in this community to have a common thanks kind of prayer, or whatever you call it, to Mary, to Michael, to let them have it. If somebody walks out, that is also okay. But because of uniformity, we recommend that we either the song has ended and it ends there.
And we leave.
Those who stay, we cannot tell people to leave the church. People
Yes.
have, and that's the beauty of it. Everybody knows the Mass has ended, but somebody will stay there for another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's where these things come in. After some time, so many people are staying in that church, and they introduce a devotion. Oh, let's say, Jesus, I trust you. Jesus, I trust you. The church has these traditions. Some of them are local, others are universal. So if the local church, local parish, has the prayer after the Mass has ended, if they have had it as their tradition, we let them have it. But it's not prescribed, it's not a must.
So you can recommend personal prayers.
I recommend people, even the priest is recommended to come back to the church and say some prayer personal. Even if many of them maybe don't come back. The scripture says the priest says stay Blessed Sacrament after Mass to kind of express